So hey, it's been a few weeks. You've been busting my balls for at least the past 5 days about the pro wrestling draft.
Oh man, Dominic. So round two was maybe the worst round in any draft I've ever seen anybody do. You were brutal, Dominic. That was awful. And after that, we were like, okay, you're gonna have to have a strong round three. You came back. You did have a strong round three.
I came fighting on back.
But now, Dominic, after sitting around, giving it a little bit more thought, I was like, there's some pretty fucking big players left that, both of us kind of passed up. And I'm going to get at least two or three of them here.
I'm interested to see what you're saying. You angled it. You pitched it to me like this was the nail in the coffin.
Dominic, I think it could be.
We'll find out. You do have the first pick.
Are we pausing for the theme right now?
Oh, theme's already playing, man. It's played and it's over with at this point.
Oh, geez.
I already pictured it in my fucking head when this theme was starting. So, but I guess we should recap our teams.
I'm not going to remember everybody at this point, but let's give it a shot, Dom.
Let's give it a shot. I'll pull it up.
Have it all down?
Well, the fun thing is I made these clips for people to just watch the clips or listen to the clips of the draft on YouTube. So you can just follow along. If you hate just talking and ripping on Yinzers and talk about not being invited to birthday parties and being drunk in gutters, then you can just cut all that malarkey out and listen to
go to YouTube, check it out if you missed the first 4 rounds. You can listen to Dominic's fucking implosion in round 2.
Listen, it was a bit of comedy of errors, I will admit that, but I am overall still happy and find the pride in my picks that I'd make. So,
this week you're getting fucked in the butt.
Oh boy.
Okay. It's gonna be over.
So let's recap. Marcus's team consists of Kevin Nash as his team captain.
Right, and I think I can run down a few of them here. Hulk Hogan.
Okay, go for it.
Hollywood Hogan. Then I got The Rock.
Correct.
And then I closed it out with who? Who did I have?
Goldberg,
yes.
And then
strong first round.
Week two, you came with punches of fury with the Nature Boy Ric Flair as your pick.
I was throwing fucking haymakers in round 2.
A real rock solid shot. And then you got the
HBK.
showstopper, Mr. WrestleMania himself, Shawn Michaels, as your other pick. And then you closed it out with who, Marcus? Who'd you close it out with?
The Macho Man. It's funny, man, because we were texting Kevin, and he said that he was screaming at his phone in his car while he was driving, listening to that, like, the Macho Man, Dominic!
The Macho Man! Do it! Fucking do it!
You didn't get it. Instead, you picked who, Dominic? Go with your round 1.
We didn't finish. You still have 3 more picks?
Yeah, we're going to finish. Then, Dominic, I got Jake the Snake, one of the most iconic wrestlers of the 90s. Got the $1 Million Man.
Yes.
And closed it out with a real fucking big fish.
Dark horse. A dark horse, indeed.
Dark horse talent. Vader. The man they call Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan Vader.
Great pick.
I'm psyched about it.
So now my team at the moment is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh,
Team captain, Scott Hall, the bad guy, the Lone Wolf. And then I drafted Bret the Hitman Hart, The Undertaker. Then the next week, I picked Mick Foley. Controversial amongst just us two. And any other probably person that listens will say, hey, you could have maybe waited. But I don't give a fuck. He transcended many federations and promotions.
You can't justify it, Dom. Keep going.
I'm justifying. And then who's my next one? Sting, I got the man they call Sting.
Sting's a good pick.
And then I closed out with Rodney Piper, as you like to call him.
Rodney the Piper.
And then the next week, I opened it up with DDP. Then a big steal at this point in time, I got Mr. Perfect Henning, and then I closed it out. Who was my last pick? Who was it?
It was some clown.
It was not a clown. It was actually a very good pick.
Oh, you got the Warrior.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right. It was a clown. Let's take it all back. It was the degenerate Ultimate Warrior. It was a clown. See, I don't like him. So, therefore,
well, are you ready? Are you ready for round 4, Dominic?
Oh boy.
The nail in the coffin round.
Do you want to cut a promo before you do that to me?
Well, let me tell you something, brother. No, I don't want to.
Okay, you said you cannot believe neither of us drafted this person. Who do you got? All right.
All
Let's
right, you
build it
ready
up.
for this, Dominic?
I'm ready.
A guy I cannot believe has fallen this far in the
I'm
draft.
very intrigued to know who this is.
Oh, good lord. Arguably, I would say if he would have been taken in the second round, you'd be like, okay, I get it. You know, like he probably should have been taken in the second round. You have no idea who I'm going with.
No clue. Absolutely not.
Dominic, I'm going with one of the founders of Degeneration X, Triple H.
All right,
Boom!
no, it's fine.
That dude, you could absolutely argue second round pick for him.
You
And
could make a small argument.
I'm getting him in the fourth. Dude, that is a nail in the coffin selection right there.
No.
It is.
Listen, Triple H really did not hit his stride for the 2000s. He was a
Dominic, they started in
Hey,
1997. He won his title the next year.
stated his piece. And he also did the curtain call in the 90s that brought him back down where he had to work his way back to stuff.
Dominic, the curtain call was an iconic moment of the 90s. If
Yeah,
anything, that got him more cachet.
But he suffered the slings and arrows of making such a decision.
No, it helped his career in the long run.
You could argue otherwise. He could have made it somewhere else quicker. Who knows?
Dominic, the four people who did that were the founders of NWO and the founders of DX. There's a direct correlation between that and what his future became.
Listen, it did. He really did not hit his stride like 2000. I'm telling you. Then he had Evolution.
No, that's
that.
silliness.
No,
they were doing that Nation of Domination spoofs in 1998. He became the world champion in 1998. Dominic, he hit his stride in 96, and it just kept going uphill from there.
No, lies, Marcus. You were not following WWE around that time, anyways. That was.
Neither were you, fuckface.
Yeah. So what the fuck are you doing? I'm a wrestling journalist. You don't think I know this?
You don't know shit. You're just mad that I got a great pick this late.
No.
All right, who's yours, Dom?
I'm glad you didn't pick this individual.
Go ahead.
All right. This individual who also had made his cachet and name in the 90s as a good heel, a comparable heel in the WWE, was the perfect foil for his older brother. That's right. I'm going with Owen Hart, the Black Heart, also the King of Hearts, the Slammy Award-winning Owen Hart, who died tragically in 1998, but laid the groundwork as being a part of the Hart family and one of the biggest stars in the WWE at that time.
Oh boy, probably could have waited a round or two on that one.
I think so.
Boy, that was a rough one, Dom.
I don't think so.
Rough choice.
Owen Hart had many highlighting moments, and he was very underrated as a talent in the WWE, but he contributed so much around that time too. So go fuck yourself, Marcus. I'm very happy. That's who I thought maybe you were going with, as a matter of fact.
Nope, that's unbelievable that you would pick him.
I am not a nugget. No is Owen Hart right now.
Dominic, for my next selection, I'm going with a guy who also has a famous brother in the WWE. He himself carved out one hell of a career. I believe that his tenure in WWE is second only to his brother. Of course, I'm talking about the Big Red Machine, Kane. Dom made his debut in 1997, and he was like Undertaker Part 2, the perfect enemy for his brother.
Also, in the 90s, known as Fake Diesel and
Isaac Yankem.
Yes.
Had quite a career, Dom.
It transcended many occupations, and
but I did not say Glenn Jacobs, Dominic. I said fucking Kane. So Kane is my next selection.
Oh, thank God it was. So my next pick. Hold on, I have my list here. You just give me a moment's notice. Where the fuck did it go?
Jesus, just fucking pick.
Okay. All right. I'm going with a man who was known in the 90s for tagging with one of the biggest stars in wrestling history. And then he went also to ECW, made some hay there, and then came to the WWF later in like 97-ish. I'm
You're
going to go
You're constructing this poorly. Go on.
I'm going with the loose cannon, Brian Pillman.
Flying Brian.
Flying Brian Pillman. Also, died too early and didn't get too much of his shot, but it's made an impact on how kind of the Attitude Era came to be, and the influences he had, just kind of going through like just wrestling talent to personality-wise. So
You're going with a fucking Heart Foundation round here, aren't you?
Yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
Look at you go. I mean, he's a fair pick. Again, probably could have waited around on that one.
No, I could have waited for Kane too. Could have waited.
No, that's ridiculous. Kane's a 2 or 3 time world champion, Dom.
This Attitude Era child generation, that's what you're circling around, and you're falling prey to it right now, Marcus.
Well, Dominic, you just fell prey to my final selection, and it's a guy I feel like you're gonna regret not getting, because you just went with 2 guys who attended Stu Hart's dungeon, and so did this guy. He's a major star, Dominic, has been in the business for 28 years. He is the Lionheart, the Ayatollah of rock and roll, Y2J. He's probably the first really, really cool heel. So there were cool heels, but he may have been like one of the first funny heels in the business when he started that whole like that prima donna shit that he was doing in WCW and then carried it over to WWF. Chris Jericho is my final selection for this round.
Excellent choice. Yep.
Yes.
Good one.
ECW, Mexico. He's been everywhere, man.
He's been everywhere, man. Just like me in 2018.
That's right.
I'm the Jericho of 2018.
You were exactly like Chris Jericho.
Exactly. Perfect. To a T. Renaissance man. Always reinventing myself. Yeah. Live the rock star lifestyle. All that stuff.
You gotta admit, it's been a strong round for me.
That was your strongest pick. I will give you that.
You're being ridiculous.
No, I'm not. That's your strongest pick.
No, that's ridiculous. That's absurd.
Well, I too have an individual that also is well traveled in the 90s. That also made his claim as one of the great workers of that time in WCW, and later eventually went to the WWE and became a big superstar there. I'm going with Eddie Guerrero. It's
a solid pick, Dom. Can't go wrong with Eddie.
Can't go wrong with Eddie.
You picked 3 guys that died young, too.
That's true. I did.
Yeah.
Man. But
actually, your last 5 selections were all guys that died young.
Who else? Wait, who was the other?
Mr. Perfect, the Warrior.
Oh, right. Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's the tragic thing about wrestling is that happens.
Who was your first pick in the last round? Maybe he died young.
Last round, DDP. No, DDP.
Oh, okay, so he's still kicking.
Oh, very much so.
Well, Dom, yep, I think that was a nail in your coffin round right there.
Nah, Jericho was a good one though. That was a good punch to the solar plexus. I like Triple H. Yes, I do. Dude, I do. I like him. Yeah, and I will say he was like my favorite member of DX when DX was,
And you said yourself you could argue that he would have made a fine second round pick. So me getting him in the 4th round, first overall, dude.
Certainly could have made an argument for that. But
getting him in the 4th round, dude, that's a sick pick.
I'm making some headway here. I think I'm holding on, and I'm happy with the way that things are going.
Dominic, if this draft was a train, you're like hanging off the back end with your feet dragging.
Bullshit. Mm-hmm. Nope. I'm fighting my way to the fucking up to the fucking conductor, which is you holding your goddamn pocket watch. I'm gonna punch you right in the goddamn teeth.
That's right. I'm the conductor right now, Dominic. You're never gonna get to my level. Never.
I'm gonna pull your watch, shove it up your ass till it goes clink.
How many more picks do we have?
Well, that was week 4, right?
Uh-huh.
So 12. We have 12 picks, not including our captains. So we're doing 30 picks total, so we're not even halfway there yet. Next week we'll be halfway.
Oh my god.
At the halfway. It's 90s, man.
Punishing.
Wait till we get to the lower rounds. Man, we're going to be really stirring the pot.
Yes. I'm going to be like, Lodi?
Held a lot of signs in WCW. Was a little part of the flock.
I'm gonna go with Alex Wright, Das Wunderkind.
I'm gonna go with Lash LaRue.
Oh, God. I don't think I'll ever sink to that low.
El Dandy will be Mr. Irrelevant in this draft.